Our last application of logarithms will be the human memory model, which is a logarithmic formula. Pre-calculus students studied a unit on logarithms every month for a year. After that, the students were tested to see how much of the material they remembered. The average scores for the group were given by the human memory model formula as follows. So we've got average score, f of t equals 75 plus natural log t plus 1 to the negative 6th power. T is going to be between 0 and 12. T is the time in months. So what does each variable stand for? T represents time in months. F of t represents the average score. Use the properties of logarithms to expand the formula. I have a power right here, negative 6, that can become a coefficient. So I can say f of t equals 75 plus, and that's actually going to be minus because I'm bringing over a negative 6. So f of t equals 75 minus 6 natural log t plus 1. What is the average score in the original exam where t is 0? So right after this unit on logarithms, 0 months afterwards, the average score when t is 0 is f of 0. Is 75 minus 6 natural log 0 plus 1. Okay, now I can type that right into my calculator. 75 minus 6 natural log 0 plus 1 is 75. Okay, so that's 75%. So what that's really saying is that this 75 represents the average score when time is 0. Okay, so the average score on the exam later on was 63.3%. How many months will have gone by? So now the average score, which is f of t, is 63.3 equals 75 minus 6 natural log t plus 1. Okay, now to solve this, we can start by subtracting 75. So we've got 63.3 minus 75, which is negative 11.7, equals negative 6 natural log t plus 1. The next thing I can do is divide by negative 6, and I get 1.95. 1.95 equals natural log t plus 1. Now natural log is log base e. So to cancel out log base e, I can put a base e on both sides. So now I have e to the 1.95 power equals t plus 1. So that means t is e to the 1.95 power minus 1. So e to the 1.95 minus 1 is 6.02, which means that 6 months will have gone by before we have an average score as low as 63.3%. Compare the original score and the average score after 12 months. Find the percentage of memory loss between the 12th month and the original test. So what percent loss will have occurred over 12 months? Okay, so at f of 0, we had an average score of 75. We need to know the average score after 12 months. And that would be 75 minus 6 natural log 12 plus 1. And that would be 59.6. So the average score after 12 months is 59.6. Okay, now I can't just subtract those and say that that's the percent of loss. That would be the raw score loss. But the percent loss is calculated by finding the difference and dividing by the original. Okay, so the percent loss is equal to the amount of loss divided by the original score. Okay, so in this case, that would be 75 minus 59.6 divided by the original score of 75. Okay, so 75 minus 59.6 is 15.4 divided by 75 is 20.5. So there's a 20.5% loss over 12 months.